feel fat today. And now you feel fat today also. You're welcome. And now there's a podcast.
How we doing, Elliot?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great with Bubs right here. He's
Elliot
really
Bromberg.
Bromberg.
Bromberg. I knew I was gonna get it wrong.
You got it. It's a lot of people call me Bloomberg, which isn't not how it's spelled at all, but it's the closest thing they know.
Yeah, not even phonetically there.
I'm doing great. I just got another kitten, so I'm
Yes.
literally yesterday. So I'm in cat mode.
Yeah, you're cat dad mode.
Cat mode right now.
I don't know if I could do a 2-cat household. How many bedrooms do you have?
We have one bedroom,
Uh-huh.
but we have 2 bathrooms.
Okay,
So the second
huge.
bathroom has been converted into like the kitten daycare.
Yeah.
His own bed, own food, own water, litter box, like whole thing. And so we shut him in there for like the whole night so he can have like his own little space.
cattery.
Yeah. But you have a dog also.
Yes.
So that's like, I mean, that's more than 2 cats.
I know. I have it capped at 1 cat, 1 dog. I was a 1 dog household for a long time because I've had Mr. Finn here for like a decade.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I was fostering kittens over the pandemic, and I really loved that. And I knew from fostering kittens that I wanted a senior cat.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, those are the ones that really don't get placed, you know. And then my friend does rescue in New Jersey, and Mr. Bubs here was in my friend's dad's guest bedroom because they had like big dogs that would like or mess with him. So I was like, let me take him.
Sure.
And I couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah.
I was like, he's mine. So
No, he's a real sweetie pie.
I know you have kittens, but I love seniors.
Yeah. the older one just turned 1 and the other one's 4 months. And we were more just like, this cat needs a friend. Like,
Yes.
he so clearly wants to be like wrestling and do like all this
Yeah.
cat behavior. And like, I'll get on all 4s and play with him, but like, it's just like, I can't. Sometimes I'm tired and I don't want to crawl around my apartment.
Yeah, you don't keep cat hours.
No, I don't, because his hours are about 2 to 5 in the morning
Exactly.
also, which is, it's rough. But they're fighting right now. They don't really like each other yet.
Listen, they'll get there.
And they were going to keep at it. They're going to get there, yeah.
We'll figure out a peace treaty.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, once they realize, like, wait a second, we both get fed here. We don't have to worry about the bathroom here.
Right.
It's all going to level out.
I think they're going to figure it out soon. Right now, the bigger one is just concerned with establishing alpha dominance.
Totally.
And there's nothing really, like, alpha about him. Otherwise, I mean, he has a stroller. We take him. He's the only cat in the city in a stroller. We take him down. He's become, like, a little bit of, like, a staple in the neighborhood. Which is a lot of fun, I gotta say. People don't know my name in the neighborhood, but they know my cat's name. And that feels like I'm really, like, integrating myself into the city. I'm like, I'm a real New Yorker now.
Yeah, you're in the community.
Yeah.
Doesn't your cat have an Instagram?
He kind of has an Instagram. So I made it, when we got him, I immediately made him an Instagram.
Of course.
Because we got him in, like, February, right? So it was, like, right before tax season. But that's like when like TurboTax starts like being like, hey,
Yes.
like you want to do your taxes with us, whatever.
Yeah.
But I started seeing all of like my Instagram feed for the most part is like a lot of like animal videos in general.
Yeah.
But all these like dog influencers or cat influencers, whoever, like started posting these videos that were like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I just took a silly video of my cat and now I'm doing his taxes, like LOL. But that's like fine, but then some of them were also being like, here's how much money Duke made like in 2024 or whatever. And then they would go month by month and they'd be like, in December he made $110,000. And you're like, oh.
You're like, I'm inspired.
And I had this cat and I was like, he's got to step up. Like we need somebody contributing to the rent in this household. So I started posting pictures and videos of him for like a month. Got him like 300 followers. Wow. They were pretty much all other cat accounts. And then I kind of just got bored and I was like, he's not picking up. But now that we have a second one, if I could introduce like, it might work out. Now that there's 2 of them, I think we can generate some like real real content because he wasn't really doing much on camera. I was just pointing and I was like, do something funny. Yeah. Like do something cute. At my core, I believe pretty much all animals are very cute. So I don't know what makes one animal go viral versus another.
Right.
I think sometimes it's just because somebody's rich and then they take their animal to do fancy things.
Yeah, like if you can bring your cat on like a helicopter.
Right. You're like, he's dressed like a pilot on the helicopter. That's adorable.
All those little goggles.
But I can't do that. I'm not even, I looked into getting costumes for him. Pet costumes are expensive.
They are expensive.
I got him a New York Jets jersey. It was like $40.
Oh my God.
And I was like, this was very funny. The New York Jets TikTok account commented on the video, and I was like, that's great.
Repost, please.
But I was like, we can't do this daily.
Yeah.
We can't do this daily.
Yeah, this is too much. This is too much.
You know, we'll see
Totally.
what the new one contributes to the situation.
Yeah. Can I ask, and then we'll move on from cats, even though it's like a very riveting discussion that I could talk hours about. What color are your cats?
The older one, his name is Louis. He's a white cat, white long hair cat. He's a ragamuffin. So he's
I knew it was a ragamuffin.
He's a fancy cat.
Yes.
And then our second cat, he's just an orange tabby.
I love orange tabbies.
We had an orange tabby before who unfortunately died.
Yeah.
He had a heart condition. So he died when he was 5. And then Louis was the new cat.
Yeah. Orange tabbies are, like, well, I mean, you had one, so but like their reputation is that they're crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So your ragamuffins gonna be.
We think they're gonna have a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
We're just working out. The ragamuffin's 3 times the size and is like barreling into him full speed. So we're gonna figure it out. They're gonna once the other one catches up, he'll probably end up bigger than him.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
You get a couple like middle linebackers in the house. They can really we can Oklahoma
Your
drill them.
sons,
Yeah,
your
no.
sons.
I'm getting them on varsity.
Yeah.
They're gonna get a scholarship. They're gonna make me proud.
No, millennials are so funny because you looked at your cat and was like, this guy needs a friend. It's like that's how like our parents looked at us.
He needs a friend and he needs to make me money. Like
yeah. I'm gonna give you a sibling and you're gonna generate wealth.
Because right now we are deep in the red on food. We got him and then we can be done. But like we got this ragamuffin and we take him to the vet and they were like, he has gingivitis. And we were like, what?
Don't get me started with the gingivitis.
And they were like,
so does
they were
he.
like, so he needs to get his teeth cleaned. And we were like, okay. And we did that. And it was like $600.
Yeah.
And I was like, and you know what? His breath still stinks.
No, it doesn't do anything. It drives me insane. Vets are like either great because they're like there with you in your time of need when they're like trying to get you through something like very serious, or they will get. I'm not trying to slander vets, but like some of them can make you spend some money that you might not need to spend. That's all I'll say.
The best advice that I've gotten from someone, and I haven't done this, is that you need to try and find a vet who's like 70 or older.
Yeah.
Like a dude who's just had a vet practice for like 40 years.
Yes.
Because he's just gonna be like, yeah, it's a cat. Of course, its breath stinks.
Exactly.
You don't need to do all this
yeah.
stuff.
The same rule applies for dentists.
I had a dentist right over here. I stopped going because every time I went, they were like, hey, you see this shadow? First of all, they did x-rays every time I went, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, not
And
necessary.
then they were like, you see this like shadow on your tooth? And I was like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, that could be a cavity in 10 years.
Yeah.
Do you want to get it filled now? And the first time I did it, they were like, oh, but we're just going to do it as preventive. It's just a cavity, or it'll be a pre-cavity. And I got it filled. Knowing really not, because my dental insurance, I guess, is good. I don't really know because I never have had to pay for the cleaning. I just go for the once every 6 months cleaning. And I was like, oh, what could a little filling cost? It was a $500 filling.
Yes.
And I was like, great. No one was going to tell me this before.
No, I totally.
They're just pushing procedures on you all the time.
Pushing procedures, and like when it's something like your animal's health or like your own teeth health, I'm like, okay, these set of chompers are like right next to my brain.
They're for life, right?
Yeah, they're for life.
And with teeth, when they go bad, like they're done. Like
exactly,
they're ruined forever. But I was like, now I'm just gonna floss.
Yeah,
I'll stop lying about flossing. I'll actually do it for now, and I won't pay for a treatment.
I will say though, my dental visits did greatly improve when I got over my dental anxiety and I started going every 6 months for cleaning,
for sure.
And I started flossing. It really does make all like that much of a difference.
I really became a consistent flosser like probably about like 3 years ago is when I should really just be like flossing every day. And when you're not flossing and you start flossing and you like floss for the first time in a while, it smells
It's disgusting.
so bad.
Yeah.
And you're like, I was walking around like this.
Yeah.
Nobody,
No.
no. I'm like, did I reek constantly?
No, I know. I like was very, very embarrassed once I went to the dentist after not going for a long time, and I realized I found out that I needed a root canal, and I was like, oh my God, like now that I like feel my mouth with like it fixed, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed on like what do people think of me? And like I try to think that like I present myself as best as I can, and especially as far as hygiene.
I do want to say, though, this is on dentists a little bit and hygienists because, they're always like, you flossing? Mm-hmm. And you're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, you can floss a little more. Just like, remember to floss. I learned that they always know when you haven't been flossing. It's not like it seems like maybe they've been flossing. It's like you're either flossing regularly or you're not, and they can tell and they can smell it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's embarrassing when you find out that you have a cavity. Like, I've been embarrassed every time I've had a cavity, but it's like, I'd rather you embarrass me the one time and be like, your breath smells, I can smell it. Like,
yeah,
go, you need to floss.
I know, but that's like,
because I thought I was being coy. I thought I was being like a sneaky little boy, and I was like, they'll never know. They'll never tell that I don't floss, but they knew the whole time.
No, they know the whole time, but the problem is if they tell you to floss, then they'll make less money on cavity procedures.
Yes,
So,
big pharma gets us again.
Yeah. Here we are.
They don't
again.
want your teeth to be healthy.
No, they want to be the reason why your teeth are healthy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, anyways, thanks for coming on the show.
Of course. I'm
Excited
happy to
to
be
chat with you. I would love to know. We'll get right into it. When was the concept of dieting? Like, when did it come into your psyche?
Oh, when did it come into my psyche? I feel like in some ways it was very much like thrust upon me just by being like a child in like the early 2000s.
Yep.
When like heroin chic was like still kind of like peeking out. And I don't know, you just see like, every magazine was like, like this actress, like she got fat, like, and I'd be like, I'd be like 7 and I'd be like, yeah. I feel like I have a really bad memory of my childhood, which I think is probably okay. I think I'm pretty sure it was a good childhood.
So you tell yourself.
But what really I know stuck with me is that show, The Biggest Loser.
Yes. Say more.
As soon as I was like old enough to like be on the internet, like I was like watching like The Biggest Loser compilations like on YouTube, like constantly, and I was like, to me, I was like, this is peak television. And then years later, I'd be like, oh, this was like 7 seasons of like full pendulum swing to the opposite side of like an eating disorder. So I think that's where I think that's when I was like first exposed to it. I didn't have parents that like ever like pushed like diets on me. But I think like reality TV shows, TLC, like that sort of stuff is like where
sure.
I first became like aware of like dieting culture.
Yeah, it's actually very funny that you bring up The Biggest Loser. Did you see that there's like a Biggest Loser doc that just hit Netflix?
I did not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So next week's episode, dear listener, is gonna be I'm gonna do like a recap reaction to the documentary.
I'll check it out tonight.
Yes, please do. It's really, I mean, I don't want to say it's really good, spoiler, but
It's fine.
It was fine. And like I think they could have honed in on a few more things, but maybe legality wise, they couldn't. And it was kind of, they did, talk to the producers of the show. And as I was watching the documentary about Biggest Loser, I don't remember feeling at the time like the show was exploitive.
No, I didn't. I mean, granted, I was a child, so like,
Same.
I didn't really know what it meant to exploit someone like at all.
Yeah, same.
But I kind of was like, I was like, they signed up for this, right?
Right,
like, so
right.
I was like, I would never understand when like Jill Michaels was like, you get to eat one apple this week, like
Yes.
why people were crying and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that like when you take people who are like not moving a lot and then you go, you need to work out for 12 hours
like
a
the
day.
Navy
Like,
SEAls.
yeah, I was like, that's hazing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. These
that's
people
like
got
hazing. And also you can like really like physically hurt someone in a way that they then can't like
Yes.
lead a more active lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically like it was like right before I think people started to become like more body positive. So it was like the dying throes of like the 90s and 2000s. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be teeny tiny.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the show I think ended in like 2018, and
It went on for that long?
It went on a long time. I think that late, and it was like 12 seasons. So,
Wow.
like, yeah, it was the show went on for a really long time, and it was a hit. So, like, the stakes just got higher, and the contestants got fatter.
I think it also like there was definitely a part of me where I was like, because like I was like a pretty chubby, especially like in middle school. It definitely made me feel better about like myself.
Same.
Like it was kind of just like, it was like almost like pornographic, where you're like, yeah, I'm like not super happy with my body, but like at least I don't have to be on The Biggest Loser. Like,
Oh, I would constantly play the comparison game. And it was also oddly motivating.
right.
Like, they got into a habit of having The Biggest Loser premiere on, like, New Year's Day, which is so, like, New Year's resolution. I'm going to
very
kick
smart
off.
of them, yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to kick off my diet. And so I found it to be, like, very motivational and, like, you know, putting myself in, like, the what would you do situations of like the Temptations. Meanwhile, I'm like sitting on the couch, like eating tasty cakes as I'm watching this show.
Yeah.
Actively. So, you know, but that's so funny that you bring up The Biggest Loser. I mean, I think we grew up during the creation of reality television. And they not only was there shows like The Biggest Loser, did you ever get into like The Swan, or
No.
oh my God, The Swan was they would take women, and I think it was women.
Is this like an ugly
Like
duckling type thing?
and turn
oh my
them
God.
into swans, and they would get all of this face work
To
done.
be fair, though, this is kind of what Queer Eye is doing today for men. Right?
Yes,
So
yes.
we haven't graduated past this.
And Queer Eye was a remake of the show Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Oh,
Yeah, there was an original Fab Five.
Oh.
Yeah. You're talking to a reality television historian.
But so the Swan was like, they were giving them plastic surgery?
yes.
Oh.
It was
Oh. Wait, that's
plastic
so much
surgery.
worse. The Queer Eye is like,
Yeah,
maybe try button down.
Yeah,
Like,
and vacuum your
yeah.
room.
And
Yeah.
let's not use 2-in-1, like, or even 3-in-1 conditioner, body wash, and shampoo. Like,
Yeah, not quite that.
you're 55. Like, let's clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. Let's button it up a bit. No, it was crazy. And they wouldn't let them look in mirrors. So they would like, this is your face today. You're going to go get all this work done, and you're not allowed to look in a mirror. And then they would have this big reveal.
Oh, no.
I can't believe you haven't watched this if you were like into The Biggest Loser. This was on Fox 5. And it was, I would love to do like a Where Are They Now, or find out where these women are now, because it was like early 2000s plastic surgery at that. It's not even like the good stuff now that's like incredibly subtle and like, you know,
Right.
you looked at these women, you were like, oh, they've got work done, you know?
Oh,
and it's
jeez.
like, I remember thinking like, yeah, I would go on this show and, I'm 14 being like, I would go on the show and get liposuction.
Yeah, at 14, I could have seen myself. I have always, in general, both my parents are healthcare workers. My dad's a surgeon. My mom's a nurse. So I feel like my parents very early on have like, I've like never fallen into, and I think a lot of like young people can, especially if you're like a young person with like body image problems. I think it's really easy to fall into maybe today like the Maha sphere. Like, I think they're waiting to get you because they're all about like your metabolic health is gonna make your life perfect. Like, my parents actually made me watch the opposite end. They made me watch like Botched.
Nice.
Which was a great show, but then they'd be like, see, don't you ever get plastic surgery? And I was like, they were like, unless you have like an accident, don't get plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a fascinating show.
Yeah, I didn't watch Botched too much, but I think that it definitely could be part of a great like body image scared straight program.
It was basically like you would see people with like the most severe body dysmorphia who like couldn't stop getting like lip filler, or like someone had taken their ribs out, or like someone was like like tits out to here, like really like crazy stuff.
Yeah, was that a TLC show?
Might have been Bravo.
Bravo. Yeah, they brought Bravo. Yeah, but TLC also had like crazy shows about like people modifying their bodies or living in like giant bodies or whatever. So, but you mentioned that you were a chubby kid.
Yeah.
And I think you have some bits about having lost weight. So
I do, yeah.
So like, were you always chubby and then like you like hit puberty, or did your weight yo-yo? Like what's your relationship, like what's your history with that?
It was, well, sometimes I feel dumb because I like look back at myself as like a kid and I go, I wasn't even like that chubby, but I always felt very chubby. I had a twin brother. My twin brother was always very skinny growing up. And so, you know, we would always like bicker and stuff, but the insults that always like really bothered me was when he would call me fat. Like I like those ones I like really would like make me upset. So I definitely started noticing, like, my parents were always like, oh, you just have, like, a little bit of baby fat. But I remember the first time that I had to get, like, husky jeans.
No!
Like, and, like, to have a regular size jean number fit me, like, it had to be the husky version.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in 6th grade. I was in, like, the band in 6th grade. And I remember seeing... That was like the first time I saw like a really unflattering picture of myself, because it was like a side profile, because I played the flute, so I was in the band. It was a side profile, and I was wearing a very ill-fitting like white polo shirt. And I never really had like a growth spurt like in puberty. So like I never had like a, because like sometimes you'll see like a little chubby kid and then they grow a foot. You're like, oh, and you're like that was their body getting ready to like grow a foot.
Yeah.
I kind of just grew consistently like 1 to 2 inches every single year, until I caught up to everyone.
Yeah.
And there was definitely like some yo-yoing. I started taking sports a little bit more seriously like in high school. I played baseball. It wasn't good, but I was like going to baseball practice.
Yeah.
And then my senior year I quit, and then I wasn't like doing anything at all. And I was when I got a car, and I was also like constantly going to like get fast food with my friends and stuff.
Freedom. You got wheels.
Yeah. I got a little, and then I got skinnier again. Not not even that skinny, but like started yo-yoing back in college, especially like my first couple years of college. I joined a fraternity, and especially during pledging, I think there were a few things going on. One, when I was like pledging, like they made us like go to the gym. They were like, you have to go to the gym. But also, like, I was in, like, lineups all the time. And so I was, like, going to the house every night. And they'd be like, you're doing wall sits for, like, 3 hours. And push-ups and planks. And so, like, I weirdly, at 18, had very good core strength. It was the only time in my life I could do clapping push-ups. But I also kind of in college developed a thing where, like, I would, like, forget to eat. Like, I would go, like... And I don't think it was intentional, but like that's like a big change for like people like having to get their own groceries for the first time.
Yeah.
And I only had a meal plan my freshman year, and I didn't have like a mini fridge or anything in my dorm. And so I would just be like, I just like wouldn't eat. I would go like, maybe I'd have lunch and then I like wouldn't have like another meal for like 24 hours. And so I see some pictures of me like my sophomore year. I was actually like very scrawny because like I wasn't eating like at all.
Oh my gosh! Wait, why did you only have a meal plan your freshman year?
So my freshman year was like when I was like having my meals at the dining hall, and they changed things, and they like made it so like you couldn't like take food out of the dining hall anymore.
I hate that.
And so I signed up. I would get a few dinners a week through like my chapter house.
Yeah.
But I also wasn't in a dorm anymore, so I was in an apartment where I had like a proper fridge.
Okay.
And was doing like actual like groceries.
Yeah.
For myself. But I was in College Park. I was at University of Maryland. Like there wasn't like the grocery store I was going to was a Target Express. So there weren't like really that many options for groceries. And so I think I was kind of just like skating by. I was kind of just being like eating, like getting a little bit of groceries and then like going to the chapter house and like eating like snacks there, like throughout, like I on my way back from class, I'd stop there, get like a banana or something, and, like or a free bagel, like, and then I'd go home.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really having like consistent meals like at all through like sophomore and junior year of college.
I know, in having conversations with comedians on this podcast, college is such a turning point. It's either like, all of a sudden I had a meal plan with like a dining hall open 24 hours a day and I ate everything, or it's this, all of a sudden I had to be the one responsible for my meals and I just didn't.
And I knew how to cook. Like my parents made sure, my mom really, not my dad. My mom like made sure that me and my brothers like all learned how to cook in high school. So like I knew how to cook.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, I don't know, like when I'm doing other stuff, I was like, I never felt hungry, but it was to the point where I would get home late at night. I'd be like, oh, I am hungry. And I'd be like, tonight's dinner is bed. Like, and I would just like, I would just go to sleep.
Wow.
Well, I'd also get high, which helped me fall asleep. But yeah,
like that's just like, insult to injury. I have no food in the house and now I'm gonna get high and I'm gonna get even more hungry.
This is gonna sound weird, but sometimes I'd be like, a cold glass of water would be like, I'd be like a bunch of ice cubes, and then like I chew on the ice cubes. Well, now it sounds worrisome that I'm like processing it.
You sound like an Instagram influencer.
I'd eat ice, yeah. And
like, the number one hack to late night eating is an ice cold cup of ice water.
Well, it's like the water makes your stomach feel full, but like, yeah, that was kind of like what happened.
Yeah, it's like it's like, I don't know if you could say that that's an ED because you didn't like intentionally, like it wasn't like, oh, I want to be skinny, so I'm doing this, but it sounds like you just didn't prioritize.
Right. I mean, I wasn't like dangerously like underweight or anything.
Right.
But that was like why, like that was part of the reason that like I lost weight and was like scrawnier in college. And then my senior year is when I started how to figure out how to do groceries for myself. My senior year was when I also started lifting a lot, and then also like because it was senior year, especially once I got a job, we were just playing drinking games all the time.
Yeah.
So then I was just having like 1,000 beers a week. And so then I got like, way chubbier again. And then went to work after that. And I was like going to the office like 5 times a week. And then I started doing stand-up comedy. And so then I was just like sitting all day and then going to a open mic and having like some drinks like with the other 22-year-old comedians and staying out late. So then I actually got it like in really bad shape, and I probably got up to like 220, and then COVID happened, and there was nothing to do, and one of my roommates was kind of on like, started counting his calories,
for any semblance of control during COVID.
Yeah, but to the point where it was like, he would like sit down and he'd tell me exactly how many calories he had that day and would like walk me through. And then he wouldn't like season his chicken. Like he wouldn't put olive oil on it. But he would run a lot and I had nothing to do. So then I started running 3 times a week and I hated running. I hated it the entire time. But I was running a lot because I had nothing else to do. And so then I lost all the weight, and then things opened back up, and it became like, or things didn't even really open back up. It got cold out, like turned into the winter, and I was like, I'm not running indoors. Like I barely like it outdoors. I'm not running on a treadmill. And then I stopped running, and then the vaccine came out, and I was like, I'm vaccinated. I'm good. I'm never gonna get sick again. And then I like completely stopped like working out and doing everything again, and just like going out all the time. And so then I gained all of that weight back. Moved to New York and was like, I'm in New York. I'm going to be walking all the time. Like, that'll make me lose weight. It did not. It did not. That did not do anything.
Yeah, because you add a lot of pizza into the mix when New York enters the picture.
Yeah, and just like, and also like, go to an open mic, like have a drink, and then it's like, every time I have like an extra beer, like, it just it like
Oh,
really
yeah,
really
yeah,
adds up
quick.
after a while. So
Totally.
yeah, it definitely like over 2 decades of life, like a lot of yo-yoing back and forth.
And when you were in a yo-yo where you were heavier, did you think, oh, I got to change this? Like, how present was
I
it on your
honestly
mind?
wouldn't necessarily even like notice initially. Until basically like I then like so I would basically like if I stopped working out, I'd be like, well, I'm like the same amount of skinniness that I was at like the peak of this working out, until I would then like randomly see like a picture of myself, and I would compare it to like a picture, like Snapchat memories would be like, here's what you looked like a year ago, and I go, oh, I've like gained a bunch of weight. So it wasn't always at the front of my mind, but then like once I noticed, I would always be like, oh, I need to start working out again. Like I need to start running, or I need to start lifting, or have a vegetable. Like
So you're the kind of person where you can notice and then like be like, okay, I'm gonna start doing something about it.
well, so no, I can notice and I can have the thought that I need to start doing something about it, but I don't know. Like I've always, I think, been generally good about like pretty good about snacking. Like I know that I don't have like a lot of self-control around like sweets and dessert and junk food and stuff.
Yeah.
So I do a good job of like not necessarily like buying like that for myself.
Yeah.
But that all gets offset by the fact that like I love having a drink with friends and like going out and
Yeah.
playing drinking games. So like and I frankly like don't like working out that much. Like if someone's like, let's go for a hike, like I'll go for a hike, like I'll do like whatever, but like I don't know, it's like very hard for me to like find something that I like that doesn't feel like a chore, like
Totally.
necessarily.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that low impact movement. That is my vibe.
I've always toyed around with the idea of being like, maybe I'll swim. I'll be like, maybe like that's good for my joints. Like it's better for my joints than like running. Like I'm not running. I'll be like, but I gotta watch out for my knees. Like,
Oh yeah, that's why.
yeah, and like I would play like a little basketball, but then it was like I'm not good at basketball enough to be like playing like really like pick up like with other people. I was just playing
Yeah.
with like my hungover friends on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Honestly, what has worked has been having to financially tie myself to something that makes me feel more anxious about my money not going to work.
Yes.
I like 2 years ago signed up for Orangetheory, which is expensive as hell.
Yeah, it is.
But the second that I was like, no, now I'm paying like real money for this, I was like, I have to go to it. And I kind of started slow. I started like 4 classes a month for like a year. And that was all I was doing. And I recently upgraded, like in February, upgraded to like 8 a month.
Nice.
But now it's been long enough where I've like, what's been good about this is because I built it up really slowly over 2 years. It's like actually stuck for the first time instead of me going through like a phase of like, oh no, I'm gonna lift every day for like a month and then being like, my muscles hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just upgraded. I'm about to have upgraded to like the unlimited classes like a month, because like, and I've really like also for the first time been like, oh, I really feel like a lot healthier. It was the first time I didn't have like a panic attack at my yearly physical, because I was like, oh, my blood pressure is like actually down and my resting heart rate's like actually like noticeably down.
Yeah.
As well. So that sounds silly to be like spend a bunch of money, but that's helped, and I think it's helped more than just like a regular gym membership, because I don't know, it's like hard to make yourself like a program, and when you go to buy the gym by yourself, it's easy to be like, all right, what do I do next? Like, what do I do next? And this, I show up for an hour. Somebody tells me what to do. I go, thank you for telling me what to do.
Yes.
I'm going to go home now. Like, and that's, and like, and that works for me. And this has been the best, and it took me 28 years to figure this out. But like, this is what is finally, maybe not finally, but working for now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're somebody that, I think, because I am this person who very much relates to what you're saying. Being on that yo-yo train with weight and going through the running phase of my life, the lifting phase of my life, like just as you were describing, the fallout for me has always felt so harsh from when I, stop or start one of those phases in my life, because it is this like, oh, I have to go into it with like every ounce of my being, and this is who I am now. And then all of a sudden I can't get out of bed because I've worked myself into oblivion, as if I'm a Biggest Loser contestant.
Right,
or something
exactly, yeah.
crazy. And 100%, the amount of money that if I had all the money that I've wasted on like $10 a month gyms that the only time I've been in the gym was when I signed up for it. I swear.
Yeah.
Because in your head psychologically, you're just like, it's $10. It's not enough of an impact.
This is the first time I've signed up for anything. I was like, oh, $200 a month? I better show up. Like
100%.
I better for real like show up, because I'm going to be upset if I like it's easy to like if you don't use Netflix a lot to be like, whatever, I don't care that I'm paying for it. But I was like, I can't pay this much money and like not take advantage of it.
100%.
And also, I was like, I think it's easy. Like, I would have so much more shame if I then had to cancel it also, to be like, I don't want to. I quit, actually. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. And what's funny about Orangetheory, I've never done an Orangetheory class, but I will, because I have a gym app where I can it's a lot of studios are in the network.
Like ClassPass.
It's like ClassPass. It used to be called Gym Pass. Now it's called WellHub. Blah 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 blah. But I pay like $200 a month for this thing, and so if I don't use it, I am wasting money. Like legitimately wasting so much money.
Yeah.
And I hate that I am a person like you who needs to have that much money on the line in order for me to go and do
I don't love it. I don't love it
I
like
don't
that
love
at all.
it. And it's actually crazy with WellHub, and I don't know what it's like at Orangetheory, but at WellHub, if you like reserve a class and then you don't cancel the class in time, like I always go to Pure Barre. And the rules for Pure Barre is you have to cancel like 4 hours before the class. But I like to do 7 a.m.s. So
yeah, that's when I like it. I found
first thing.
I can't after work. I'm like, I can't do it. Too tired. Like not.
I can do this. I can do stand up. And even then I'm like, all right.
It's a little crazy.
It's
like,
a little hard, But like there's never a world in which I am doing a workout happily after work. Like it has to be 7 a.m. So I have to go to bed that night being like, I'm waking up and working out, because I would have had to have canceled by 3 a.m. Right. And if you miss your class and you don't check in, you get, they will tell you, well, actually it's changing where you don't get any, it used to be a 3-strike rule. And if you hit the 3 strikes, then they were like, you can't reserve classes for the rest of the month.
Whoa.
So now you're paying $200 for an app where you have to hope you can walk into classes.
So Orangetheory, it's similar. If you have the limited classes per month, which is like 4 or 8, if you don't cancel within 8 hours, before 8 hours of the class, you just lose the class. You don't get it anymore. If you're in the unlimited and you don't cancel in time, in that 8-hour frame, before the 8-hour frame, they charge you like $30.
That's so much money.
Which is a ton, which is almost crazier because the unlimited people are paying you the most amount of money. Yeah. But then they're like, because you can sign up for any class, you're taking somebody else's spot. Yes. So we're really gonna get you. We're really
reinforcing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes I look at these rules and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
No, but they need to do it, because if I could just cancel any time, I've gone to classes when I really didn't want to. When I woke up, like sometimes I wake up at 6:30. I don't want to leave the apartment. Yeah. But I'm like, I signed up, and I'm gonna I get more anxiety about money. Yeah. Than I do, I guess, about like my own weight, and so the money wins, and the money goes, you better go to class, and so then I actually have to go. Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
There has been one time where I just had a hard time falling asleep, and I like ended up only getting like 4 hours of sleep. And I woke up being like, this is when I wish I could like take the L and just not go. And the result of that was just like a semi-okay workout. And I just have to walk away from it where like, Oh man, the instructor just didn't think my head was in the game this morning, but like I'll get him next time.
Yeah, for sure.
It really is that thing of just like it is just better to go and have a bad time or like a maybe not so great workout than to not go at all. And it is crazy the threat of my financials being wasted has been the only thing that has kept me consistent. It's so funny you say that because I feel the exact same way.
It almost makes me be like, not really, but I'm like, if I get offered a raise, I'm like, should I turn it down? Because then I won't go to the gym anymore.
No.
When I'm financially stable, will I quit? Like, I don't think that'll happen.
No, I don't think that'll happen because you're still like, I don't care how much money you have when you like wasting money sucks.
I hate wasting money.
I hate it. And I do it all the time and it gives me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
There was something else about this as well. With going to the gym, spending money on it. What was I going to say? I guess it wasn't that important, huh? Orangetheory. For what I've seen online about Orangetheory, there seems to be a bit of a cult following. Have you caught that online?
I guess, I mean, I guess for me, no, I haven't got it. I think on one hand, I'm like, this is so silly because they give you the heart rate band and they're like, all right, like if you guys don't know, you put on a little band,
Explain.
right? And they're like, your heart is in 5 zones. They're like, there's the gray zone. That's you at your resting rate. Then we have the blue zone, which is like, all right, we're starting to get warm up. Like you just started walking, like, and then your green zone, they're like, this is what we call like your base pace. And they're like, so like if you're running or you're power walking, they were like, this is a pace that you should be able to comfortably keep for like 30 minutes, which is crazy because I don't want to run 30 minutes ever in my life. But they're like, you should do that. And then they were like, orange. And this is where the Orangetheory comes from. They go, orange, that's where you want to be. They're like, this is the fat burning zone. They're like, this is the zone where you're actually going to burn the most calories after the class. They're like, so you're going to work out and then you're going to burn even more after the class, the longer you're in the orange. And then they go with like red. They're like after burn. That's your all out. You're emptying the tank. We only want either 1 minute or 2 minute. And the freaking pyramid, I got to say, it's helped. A lot of the people around me are like clearly people who go all the time. They don't even wear the heart band anymore.
Yeah.
But I like my numbers.
Yeah.
I like my little numbers
You're a
and my
numbers
little
guy.
and my stats and my splat points. That's what they call them. I love getting got to get some splats on the board.
What's a
like
splat point?
every minute in the orange or the red is a splat point.
Okay.
So I'm getting hard after the splats. And
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I think to some extent a lot of the workout classes, all of them can get like culty.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Pilates, I guess to me, like online seems like the most culty.
Yeah, the Hot Girl Club.
Orangetheory, maybe, I don't know what their old advertising was like, but a lot of their like current advertising seems to be very much towards like getting like regular people to do it, not trying to be like,
Yeah.
are you 110 pounds? Like,
yeah.
do you want to look sculpted? Like, come to Orangetheory. Like, that's not like they have like a real like. There's running, there's rowing, there's strength training. Like, it's pretty like cohesive, which is also the other part I like. I don't have to like pick a specific thing.
Yeah, you
know?
don't have to pick a discipline. From what I'm seeing of like the shift in Orangetheory advertising is like they're kind of going the Planet Fitness route without the lung alarm.
Yeah, exactly.
Like here is like, no, you can be like your average looking person or whatever, but like we're not going to shame you for trying hard.
Right. No, I mean, I my first like 5, 6, 7 months going to Orangetheory, I wasn't even running. I was like, I'm power walking.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not going to have an asthma
splat
attack
points.
mid-run. But I was getting splat points. I was like, we're going incline at an 11.
Oh, because that's the other thing. It's like where your body is at. Like it's how your heart is reacting.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
So I was like, and that's what helped also is like I was able to like eat. Like if you don't run and you try to start running, like it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, and then you feel bad because you're like, well, I didn't run very far. But like they kind of give you like a good range of stuff to do on like cardio wise.
And I like that because like really you're only in competition with yourself, which
Right.
is so important, even though they're, the points are on the board and like you can actually see what people are doing around you.
Well, and I get competitive during the class.
Of course.
I'm throwing elbows on the treadmill. I'm turning their speed down. I'm like, you're going to go slower than me. Like, I make it a competition.
My friend was going to Orangetheory for a while and she stopped going because her like she like hit her foot weird on the treadmill and fell off, and the whole
Oh
class,
no!
like,
This is a big fear I have. This is a big fear I have. Is
Yeah.
every time I try to get a little bit faster, and I'm like, today's the day where I eat it. Today's the day where I shatter my femur because I go flying into a rowing machine behind me.
And she said what was worse is that when she got up, everyone clapped.
That's supportive. That's nice. It's better than laughing.
Like, I
yeah.
wanted to die. She's like, I would have rather they laughed, like clapping for me. I stopped the whole class. She's like, it's intense all the way through, and I stopped everyone from
Yeah.
what they were doing.
You got to stop going. You can't.
Oh, I was like, fuck them. Keep
you,
going.
You shouldn't be memorable at your class. Like
Yeah.
you can't everyone be like, "Oh, like that's the girl that
Yeah,
fell."
or when you walk in and you're like, oh, how you feeling? Are you okay? Oh my God, just kill me. That's awful.
That I feel. Did she find a new studio, or she's like, "I'm done forever"?
Done forever and is trying Pilates now. Which that's the beautiful thing about working out is that you can try new things. And I think this was the other thing I wanted to say. First off, glowing endorsement of Orangetheory. I gotta say, like, you're not even selling it and you're selling it.
I like it. It was very much like, I'm not an athlete. Like I'm not trying to get like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get like a six pack like or anything. Like, just, it's the ability to like ramp up at my own pace is like
Yes.
really like what worked.
Yeah. It sounds like a very like like not entry level, but a very like attainable berries class.
For sure, yeah.
You know, like berries is for like the rock hard bodied people.
Like I'm just not trying to like.
Yeah.
That's just like annoying to me. That's like,
Yeah.
if it's your thing, it's your thing. But it's like I'm not. I just don't care that much about like. Some of those places are more about like the aesthetic of being at the workout class in the first place, and I
Having a
just like,
berries crop top.
yeah, like, and I just don't care that much.
Yeah, Orangetheory made sure they picked a logo that was not appealing to
Yeah.
apparel.
Super ugly logo. Every time they have apparel for sale, it's been the same apparel in there for 2 years. I've never seen anyone buy a single thing from them.
They really want to reinforce the splat.
It's like, I mean, it looks like that's what it is. It's their Splat, but you're like, is this the freaking Nickelodeon slime zone? Like,
Nickelodeon.
you're gonna get sued for this. Like,
Did you make this on Canva?
yeah, I mean, they must have.
Damn, that's very funny. But there is something to group fitness. I gotta say, like, never mind. Yeah, like a $10 a month gym that I'm not going to because I'm not really feeling the financial pressure of it is one thing. But like having to go to the gym and like tell myself to, I don't know, do anything. I can't do anything unless someone's like saying exactly what we're doing, like out loud, or like even today. Whenever I do a plank in this bar class, I always drop to my knees before the 90 seconds is up. And the only reason why I was able to hold out longer today was because I heard the instructor say, nice form, Kelly. Way not to drop to your knees.
Nice.
So it's like at the point I was going to, she said that, and I was like, now I fucking can't.
Right, and it's like, tell me I'm a good little boy while I'm working out.
Exactly.
Like,
I need the.
I have an encouragement kink apparently, but just in the gym. Like, it feels good. It feels nice.
It does feel nice. Like I actually, that was a part of like group fitness where I was like, I don't want to get called out. And I'm like, oh no, apparently I need to be told I'm a good girl. Like, I didn't realize.
Anytime if we're doing sprints and I get up to a 10, they go, whoa, Elliot, double digits. And I'm like, I'm freaking Lightning McQueen up here. I am speed. Ka-chow. Like,
Oh my God, breaking the light and sound barrier with your speed.
I'm like, I'm the fastest dude alive.
Yeah. I love it. Well, that's great. And it's great to hear that like you found something that you can stick to, which again, as like anybody that's listening to this and like you're a yo-yo person, like I think the number one thing to keep you like consistent with anything is just not having an all or nothing mindset, and to just like not think that like now I am a workout person.
Yeah.
It's like, because even when you get into a rhythm with working out, like let's say you're on a cadence of working out like 3 to 4 times a week, there are going to be weeks where like you only get to go once, or you don't get to go that week because life happens. Like it's the all or nothing mindset like keeps you from getting back on the horse.
Right. And then the one disruption to it that's out of your control stops you. I mean, and then I think about my friends who like are in really good shape. Like they're not even like all or nothing. Like they've been working out consistently for like 10 years, like for them to get like where they are today. And so you gotta go slow, and you gotta do what's like obtainable for you, and make like little rules and stuff. Like, cause like there are other like little rules that I've like tried to do. This one's an unhealthy rule. Maybe don't do this one, but
I want to hear it.
But sometimes, well, one, I do drink less than I did when I was 22. Like I just don't really go out the same way. And I don't really drink beer so much anymore, because not through like my own choice, but I started having allergic reactions at bars, and then it turned out I have a hops allergy.
No way.
And so I basically can't drink like IPAs or anything anymore. I can really only drink like light beers.
Wow.
And so that one sort of made a choice for me. Like I couldn't have like, all the beers are like 90 calories now instead of like 200 calories. And I also can't have more than like a couple in a night, because I'll get like a full facial flush. So and so now I drink like mostly like mezcal or like tequila, and so it's like a clear alcohol thing. Not important. One of the rules, which is not a healthy rule, is sometimes I would go, tonight beer is dinner. like if I went day drinking with some friends and I had like 7 or 8 drinks, I would be like, no dinner tonight. This is a bad advice.
That is
like
horrible advice.
No one should do that. But that is something that
it's part of your process.
is part of my process now.
Okay.
Not that I'm doing that. Like let me be very clear. This is happening once a quarter.
Okay.
Like maybe like I'm not having 7 beers and no food every single weekend. Like this is not. But I was like, it was more about, fundamentally at its core, it's more about like not doing like the drunk food, like just like getting past that.
Totally. Which, I mean, the fact that you can have like 7 or 8 drinks and not do the drunk food because you set that rule for yourself.
Moving to New York, okay, again, going back to the money anxiety, drinking in the city so expensive that I'm like, I'm not sitting down for a $50 like dinner with my friends. I'm like,
true.
We're done hanging out, and I'm going home.
Yeah.
And I'm having leftovers from my fridge. Like,
so there are still some food being consumed, which is good. Because,
if I have any.
But I mean, listen.
I don't cook drunk anymore, though. I burn my hand really bad.
I would imagine.
I tried to cook a duck breast.
So you're like a chef.
I love cooking. I love cooking in general. And my friend was like, let's get drunk food. And I was like, let's cook at my apartment. And I cooked a duck breast. And if you've never cooked a duck breast before,
I haven't.
The skin side, it's a lot of fat. And so you have to like render it off and pour it out so it doesn't splatter all over you. And I poured it directly on my hand and gave myself a 2nd-degree burn. You can see the scar.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I don't do that anymore.
yeah, that's a good rule to have for yourself. Like nothing that the microwave can't handle. And don't put aluminum foil in the microwave.
Don't do that.
That's crazy. I mean, but like if I am drinking, like I need to eat something because then the hangover is going to be atrocious. Are you not affected by this?
No, I have day-long hangovers now.
Yeah.
But better strategy for me has been drinking on Fridays, do nothing on Saturday, still have like a weekend day. So like Fridays are my going out days.
I like that schedule.
Or I just try to like not drink a ton every single night.
Yeah, totally. But sometimes, like New York City is a drinking city. Like,
yeah, for sure.
We go out here, so I get it.
I've also been doing martini reviews.
Yeah, okay, so I actually wanted to ask you
been drinking,
about this. Yes, I love your martini review series because it's so hard to find a nice, tasty, affordable martini in this city.
Right.
And so I like that you're creating this catalog of reviews of different martinis based on like vibe, presentation, taste, and price. So did your was the inspiration to start this martini review like, oh, I like having cocktails and I can make content?
A little bit, yeah.
Which is like perfect.
I also just like I don't know. I kind of like fell in love with like martinis in the past year. I read this New Yorker article where this guy basically went on like martini tour with Manhattan with like all his like film and actor and art friends, and I was like, I've never really had a martini, but it's like a very elegant, like simple drink.
Yeah.
They are expensive, but for what it's worth, most martinis that you're ordering are fundamentally like 2 drinks.
Yes.
Right? So like a beer is like $9. Martini's like $22, but you're getting like about 2.5 times like as much out. So like from that perspective, I was like, one, it's nice to have like one drink that you can like sip on.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know, like there's all these like fun martinis around the city. Like, wouldn't it be fun if I like actually like got to try them? And not a lot of friends really want to go get like martinis with me. And so I was like, if I'm going to go try a martini, and I don't really like being at like a super crowded New York City bar, but I want to go during the week, I was like, let's make content about it. Just to like have some more like fun / like some more reason to just like take a subway 30 minutes to go have like one drink by myself, turn it into content. But it's been a lot of fun.
I love it.
It hasn't been affordable. I've been going to like all the fancy hotels.
Yeah.
And I've had some really good martinis, but they're all like I had a $43 martini. It was bad. And it was bad also.
Oh no.
It was really bad. At the Hotel Chelsea, they have a standard martini called the Duke's Martini, which is really good. And then they had something called like, I don't even remember the name. It had chartreuse in it, which it turns out I don't like chartreuse.
Oh yeah, it's like herby, right?
Yeah, it was like super herby, and it was like 2 different types of Japanese gin and something else. A lot of flavors not working out. But I'm doing it for the people.
Yeah, listen. I mean, and now you can say you tried it. You tried a $40 martini that sucked.
Right. And well, money. It's part of me is like, if you're gonna spend 40, if you're gonna put it on your menu, it should be good.
Yeah.
It is a little fun to go to these places and be like, hey, by the way, some of them aren't good.
Yeah.
Like, don't bother going here. Like, it's not all good. I feel like I'm de-influencing people.
Yeah, that's
a little
just great.
bit.
Which I love this trend in online content is the de-influence, where it's like, you don't actually need to do this, because if someone's being like sponsored by the hotel to come and try, they'll be like, it was amazing.
Right. So I'm scoring them like, no, if I'm getting paid by the place to go there, I'm going to give it a score. But I've given several martinis. I gave one a 2 the other day. I had a burrata martini. So this is the weird thing is, because I'm like, I want to, I'm on a quest. The series is finding the best one in New York City.
Yeah.
I like a gin martini with a twist. If I'm just at a bar, that's how I'm going to order it. But if I get a gin martini with a twist at every bar in the city with the gin that I like,
Yeah.
I'm going to get fundamentally the same drink every single time.
Totally.
Not a lot of variation. So I was like, let me go to places and try what they're calling like their signature martinis, or just like their funky ones that they're putting on the menu.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to put a funky martini on the menu, it should be good. Like, it should be good. And a lot of them, and I hate these, I hate gimmick food. I hate when people call food viral. Like,
Yeah.
like they're like, I've tried like the new viral smash burger. Like, that
Yeah.
makes me so mad. And I can tell that, like, doing this, I've been having a lot of things that are clearly designed to be put on
Around
social media.
SEO.
Yeah. So it was a burrata, like, they called it the burrata pizza martini, and it was like the water that burrata sits in and vodka and paprika oil. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
I had a what is it called? A caprese martini, which was olive oil washed vodka, balsamic vinegar. Oh, sorry, no, it was a basil and tomato washed vodka, olive oil on its own, and balsamic vinegar in a drink. And to its credit, it tasted like a caprese salad.
Yeah.
But I was like, this isn't like who's asking for this?
Right. Well, have you seen like online like the salad dressing martinis?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So the
But similar vibe, I'm
similar
guessing.
vibe where it's like basically the most filthy, dirty martini you've ever seen, because it's like pepperoncinis and like, you know, like
Dirty martinis are maybe this is a flaw with me trying to do the series. I don't really like dirty martinis that much. Specifically, I don't like olives that much.
okay.
I've had a pickle martini that I thought was really tasty.
Yeah.
But like when someone's like, it's the dirty, like it's we have like the filthiest, sluttiest martini.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Subway filthy.
and there's blue cheese in the olives.
Yeah.
I'm like, go see a therapist. I was like, this isn't a food combination. This is just gross.
So will you try that?
If they're like, I've tried some dirty martinis, and I will say I had a couple that I really liked. They're still not really like my style, but if like for the purpose of this, if someone is like, no, we do like this in-house brine, like it's our thing, like it's not just like olive juice, like it's like our own dirty martini, then I'm like, yeah, like I'll give it a try.
Okay, noted. And will you branch out to doing more like lower priced martinis? Like I'm thinking of 169 Bar. If you've ever been there.
No, where is that?
It's right over it's on Lower East Side.
I'll try it.
And or East Village.
Yeah.
I think it's Lower East Side. And it's right over the Williamsburg Bridge. And it's they have a pickle martini there that is like $11.
So the goal has not been to try the most expensive places. I kind of was just more like the ones that I know are like these like hotel ones, and hotels just have like a markup on everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, people have like dropped comments from me about places to try.
Yeah.
So I went to a place like on the Lower East Side called Bar Valentina. Mm-hmm. This is where I had the burrata one, which I did not like, but they had a few other martinis, which I did, and they do something called like teeny teenies.
Okay.
And so like they came in smaller glasses, but they were still like decently sized drinks, and those were like $9 or $10 each, and so you can do like a little martini like flight.
Yeah.
And they had a really good dirty martini.
Nice. Okay. So I love this because you're not keeping yourself in a box, and like now I know through like watching your series I can go to that bar and like get that flight for this amount of money. So like that sounds cool. My last question to you is, what are your thoughts on the espresso martini?
Okay. I like an espresso martini with a caveat that it has to have like espresso in it. I remember when like espresso martinis, and I might be way off here, but espresso martinis to me entered the zeitgeist like 3 years ago or 4 years ago or something. Because I remember being like 23 and there no one having espresso martinis, and then one day espresso martinis being like everywhere. And when they came out, I was like, yes, caffeine. I was like, I want to be up all night. This is the best.
Not eating.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch not a single snack. But, and I remember the first espresso martini I ever had, I was like, this is really tasty. And then as like more places started adding them, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll get an espresso martini. And then I remember having like really gross espresso martinis.
Yeah.
And like a lot of places started replacing the espresso with like cold brew concentrate, or there's not really any coffee in there at all. It's just like Mr. Black's like coffee liqueur.
I hate it. I hate that.
I won't have an espresso martini unless I know it's like fresh espresso.
Yeah.
And a lot of places don't do that. So I think I make a really good espresso martini at home. And what I do is I have an espresso, so I'll do the decaf ones now also.
Totally.
So I'll do a decaf espresso, and I keep a bottle of vodka in the freezer. Normally I'm a gin martini, but vodka for espresso, so that's like ice cold. And then I made my own demerara syrup, which is just like a type of brown sugar, and I do a rich demerara syrup, so it's 2 parts sugar to 1 part water, and the full espresso shot, 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of vodka, and then depending on how sweet you like it, like 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce of the syrup, and then just shake it up, strain it, and garnish. And like to me, that's the perfect espresso martini.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan, but I think a lot of people are giving you like garbage, borderline, not even espresso martinis.
Totally. Yeah. I think once the coffee liqueur entered the chat, it was like, oh, these are not, I don't want this.
And if you give me it into a plastic cup also, I'll return it. Like
as you should.
If you're going to give me a martini in a plastic cup.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there's some places where it's like, look around, you're in a dive bar, don't order their
why would
espresso
you order
martini.
that?
But like, there's some like nice-ish places that are like really, really taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Of us.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, well, this is clearly batched.
Oh yeah. Also, I hate a batch cocktail.
Same.
I understand from like a business perspective of why you would need to batch it if you're like, we're doing so many in a night, we need to pre-make them. But what you lose in a batch cocktail, and maybe if you're a bartender, tell me I'm wrong here, but what makes a cocktail good is when you're like shaking it or stirring it, you get a fair amount of dilution, which can like take the edge off of some of these drinks. When I've been having these batch martinis, they're all like a lot harsher.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been stirred like with a bunch, to my knowledge. They just made them measurement wise, but I don't think they've been using ice. They've just been putting them in like freezer doors to chill them, and it's just not quite as good.
It's a science.
It's really down to it.
Wow. Well, riveting. Love it.
Oh, thank you.
I think, when I saw you were doing that series on martinis, I was like, this is so cool.
I'll go to 169 bar now.
Yeah,
that's
please
also,
do.
I was going in the notes app after this.
Yeah, put in the notes app. Listen, I'm not saying your socks are going to be blown off, but like when you're doing like the cost vibe analysis, it could be a pretty good martini. So I'd like your thoughts. I like vodka martinis. What real time last question? What's your thoughts of like I know you said you like gin martinis. What's your thoughts of like a gin martini versus a vodka martini?
Well, so I my mom's a gin person, so like I've always liked bitter taste. Like I like 80%, 90% like dark chocolates. Like I like bitter stuff.
Yeah.
Vodka, like if you don't know what you like, I would say go with vodka, just because vodka's probably going to be smoother than gin. If the martini has like flavoring and you have an option, I would say do vodka. If it's kind of going to sit on its own, for me, it's gin. But my actual favorite martini that I can get at a bar is a Vesper martini, which is gin and vodka.
Ooh.
And it's like a third drink, which sometimes it can depend. Like
Yeah.
I like it with Cokie Americano. But
Okay.
so I like the combination of both.
All right, that's your favorite martini. And then so far on the series, who has had the best martini?
Best martini has been at the lounge at the Wall Street Hotel.
Okay.
And they were very unfortunately the third martini I tried, and it's kind of been there've been some good ones, but it's been pretty nothing really comparable yet, because they did a triple pearl martini is what they called it. And you could get gin or vodka. And so I did gin. And they served the gin just like neat in a glass by itself. And then they brought out this big scallop shell, and they had 3 caviar spoons on it. But instead of caviar, they had this edible gel, these gel beads, and they were infused. 3 different spoons. One spoon was infused with olive brine. One was infused with sweet vermouth, and one was infused with espresso. And so then you would have like a little bite of the bead, and then you'd sip your gin with it. And it was basically like a martini 3 ways. And it was a lot of fun. It was like a $30 martini, but it was kind of, I was okay with that one because I was like, this is served like a little fancier.
Dinner
like
and
there's
a
like
show.
there's like a little presentation to it, and it was really nice.
Wow. That's not what I was expecting. That's
No,
a great answer.
it shocked me. I was very happy with it.
Damn, you've been chasing that dragon ever since, trying to recreate that moment.
Yeah, I got the itch for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, Elliot, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, thank you for having me.
This was awesome. Great conversation. Please tell the people where to find you.
You can follow me on TikTok or Instagram at Elliot_Bromberg. Also, if you're in New York, I run a monthly show at Flophouse Comedy Club. It's called Just Good Comedy. The Instagram is at Just Good Comedy NYC. Run it with a couple other DC comedians who moved up here, so come check it out.
Awesome. And what's your cat's Instagram?
Cat's Instagram is Louie_Muffin. Louie spelled LOUIE _Muffin.
All right. Everywhere you can find Elliot and Louie will be in the description of the show notes. And until next week, we'll talk to you.
Bye.